knows.
More than half of the state legislatures in the country oppose restricting access to guns. Let's break it down. 30 states require neither universal background checks nor licenses to own a gun. The Giffords Law Center, which is a gun safety organization led by the former Congresswoman and a gun violence victim herself, Gabrielle Giffords, has given an F grade on gun laws to 25 of those states. The letter grade of D to Indiana and Ohio, and then C's to Minnesota, Florida, and Wisconsin. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which is a gun safety measure signed into law this summer, does not require states to change their licensing requirements, though it does force states to search juvenile criminal records for any problems or red flags for potential buyers who are under the age of 21. The law also prohibits gun trafficking across state lines. It prohibits straw purchasing, which is buying a gun for someone else, and it prohibits those convicted of domestic violence from buying a gun for 5 years. That's that boyfriend loophole you heard about for a while. And finally, this bill enhances penalties for possession of firearms prohibited by prohibited persons. Though Democrats celebrated passage of this first gun safety bill in 30 years, President Biden said more needs to be done.
Assault weapons need to be banned. They were banned. I led the fight in 1994. I'm determined to ban these weapons again, and high-capacity magazines that hold 30 rounds, and to let mass shooters fire hundreds of bullets in a matter of minutes. I'm not going to stop until we do it.
So joining me now, I've got Congressman Brian Higgins. He's a Democrat from New York whose district includes Buffalo, the site of a recent mass shooting. Marshall Davis is an owner and firearms instructor at My Sister's Keeper Defense. Corey Winfield is site director at Safe Streets Brooklyn in the Baltimore area. And Dr. Alan Lichtman is a professor of history at American University, and he's author of the book, Repeal the Second Amendment, The Case for a Safer America. So before we sort of get into the larger debate about guns in America, what are we debating? Are we debating whether everybody should have access to a gun? Are we debating gun safety? Because I feel like the debate continues to change. I'll start with the congressman. Congressman Higgins, what are we debating? What are you really debating in Congress? The rules to buy a gun or who should be able to own one?
Well, no technology advances more quickly in our society than the technology of killing. Every day, new weapons are being made and manipulated to kill more people, more quickly, and more completely. We had the Buffalo shooting. We had one shooter with an AR-15 who killed 10 people in a premeditated, pre-planned, racist attack. And the killing lasted for 2 minutes and 3 seconds, 123 seconds. One shooter, 10 people dead, 3 people injured. I think there's a common denominator here, and it's assault weapons that are in the hands of the wrong people. And getting to the core of that will get to the core of the issue of gun violence.